Hi, I'm NobleSinn, and you've probably— So there was a lot of stuff that was just released because yesterday, as of recording this, the 1st of June, was Dinosaur Day. Also Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. But we got a whole lot of reveals, you know, sneak peeks, and we got some new codes, so, you know, gifts, and a possible release range that I will be sharing toward the end of the video. It's not a release date, though. We don't have that yet. But first, I'll start off with the gifts they gave us. So, we have a code that we can redeem in the in-game store that'll give you this range of items here that I'm flashing up on screen, hopefully, unless I decide not to. And then we have a store code right here. Dino Day 2024. No matter how many items you have in your cart, this works for every single item in the store. Dino Day 24 will give you 20% off of your merch order, which is a very nice deal, and I will probably myself be using that. On top of that, there's been a lot of new stuff added to the store. I'll be showing those up on screen as I kind of go through talking, and then after all this, they give us a lot of info about 3.0 as a whole, so I'm going to talk about 3.0 next. Also, let it be known that these codes can only be used up until Tuesday of this month, so June 4th, you can use these codes, but after that deadline, you cannot use them anymore, so act very quickly. So I feel like I should probably recap what is Primal Carnage Evolution, or 3.0. It's a massive update that the devs have been working on for a long time for the PS4 side of things, because they've been left in the dust for years now, especially from Panic Button. But now, since they've been trying to revive it, they've done a lot more than just polish the game. This new update for PS4 is going to be a total relaunch. It's not going to be under the same title, it is a separate game for you to buy. Now, with the PC side, it's going to be a massive update called the 3.0 update. With this, we get a lot of new voice actors, entirely new voice lines, so many different contexts, we get new map variants, and a whole lot of new visuals, new UI, new like environmental features. It's amazing. It's a massive update, and for PS4, a massive relaunch. So every Primal Carnage fan should be excited about this. This is going to be huge for the game. First, we have a comparison video right here that I will show off. It is narrated by a voice actor. I forget which one is doing this, and it's really nice. You can see there's a lot of reflections in the puddles, the, you know, new textures for dinosaur skin, or for surfaces, the lighting and ambience and color grading. The color grading is much greater too. Overall, they just completely revamped a lot of the maps, and all of this is going to be on PC as well. On top of that, they also added map variants, so nighttime and daytime variants for docks, forest chasm, utility base, and transfer. So we can see them right here, starting off with forest chasm, showing the beautiful night sky. I will say, some of these do look a little bit awkward because you can tell at some parts that the lighting definitely, like the shadows in some areas definitely looks like it is still just the daytime lighting, just like, I don't know, a different color. And I guess that makes sense because obviously the moon reflects the sun's light, so it's gonna be bright, but it's like some of the shadows are really contrasty to the darkness that's already in the map. So it's a little odd. But nonetheless, the fact that we're getting these variants in the first place, my main thing is with docks, with the sign shot right there. But other than that, these maps, they look great. The fact that they decided to make docks rainy as well is super nice. Utility base is just after a rainstorm, and I really like that choice. I think docks absolutely should have been, like, rainy from the start, honestly. And then we have a little Spinosaur at the end with amazing textures, Jesus Christ. But it's just awesome that we can get more variation in the maps we already have. It doesn't make the game feel so samey. It's not like, I'm fine with not having newer maps for the PC side, but just having variants for the current ones we have is definitely enough for me. And we also get a look at the skill shot system, something that is not currently on PS4, but is a little bit on PC. There's not really proper titles for them, and you do get some extra points for some, but it's like, it's really hard to notice, other than like an extra additional sound effect. But right here, we get to see a bunch of art for the different things, and we also get a video showcasing them, but like getting an instant kill with a grenade, or getting a kill when you're blinded, things like that, which is really nice, just additional ways to kill somebody in a creative way and get XP for it, and that's really fun. There's also the announcer that's going to be talking in your ear, which you can disable, by the way. So if that's not your style, don't worry, you're fine. But it does have some awesome art to complement it. I like the direction they're going with Primal Carnage for the announcer and for the new UI, like the little combo counter. It's very fun, very arcadey, and I think that's nice. On top of that, we also get a reveal of the new music. Lyndon Kwan. Lyndon Kwan is the one that is composing the new music, and one thing that this composer is really good at is copying the effects of the previous, like kind of remixing what Primal Carnage music was previously and really adding to it in the new Evolution style. It's really nice. If I can, I will play some of these tracks in the background of this video here. If YouTube will allow, I think I can, but they will all be in the description as well if you wanted to listen to these individually. But like, we have Serato Heavy, Serato Light, Packy Heavy, Packy Light. We're getting tracks for Acro and Spino, which is super nice. I don't think we're getting any new ones for like Cryo, for example, or Tupa. I really hope we do down the line though. The new Acro theme really, like, you can hear the Rex heavy music in it, and I think that's super cool. With Packy Heavy, I think it is, a lot of it feels like kind of the Lost World kind of soundtrack, which I love. And then along with music, we get new story and lore elements. So around the maps, there are different like notes everywhere, on crates, on walls, on anything you can carve or paint in. There are a bunch of notes from a bunch of survivors that will just write each other things on the walls. It's like a text conversation going back and forth. It's like a group chat, and it's really funny, some of these. Like right here, they have a full-on conversation. I'm not going to read all of it, but I'll show you, and you can pause it and read through it if you want. Not sure what they were exactly painting with. There's spray paint there, but my friend brought up the fact that there is no brush or anything, so... And we're getting a bunch of new billboards everywhere as well, which look really cool. I have seen people have problems with this new billboard invasion, but it is, personally to me, I really like the new billboards and all of the art for them. Here it seems like we get a look at Lawrence Carter himself, I think, which that's huge. The fact that Lawrence Carter will actually finally be a character. Which, if you don't know who it is, I believe that's the CEO of Phoenix. So, you know, the person that caused all of this in the first, like the John Hammond of Primal Carnage, which it's weird that we haven't seen anything about him at all in the past. But finally, we're getting lore. There's going to be entries and documents you can find around the maps and collect, and then you can read through those. And yeah, this is really nice, and by the looks of it, Lawrence Carter we will probably be able to read about as a character, and you best bet I'm going to make videos on that. And now with the improvements of characters, we also have a sneak peek at the new voice actors for each class. Here in the voiceover preview, we can see Pyro first.
Flaming hell! I feel dangerous!
Super nice. We've heard it before. We've heard his voice. It's good. It fits Pyro. Then we have Scientist.
Unlike my colleagues, I have a tendency to stay alive.
Really confused what the context is here, because that doesn't sound like anything that would fit in game, so it might be some kind of interaction, maybe a tutorial. Then there's Pathfinder.
I'd agree with you, but then we both be wrong.
This voice I've heard a lot of hate on. I can see it, because the delivery there is certainly... It sounds like he's mocking somebody who had just said the line that he said, but it doesn't actually sound... It sounds weird. Someone said it sounds like Patrick Star, and I can't help but agree, it does. And then the new Commando.
Who's out of food chain now?
This one's really short. You know, we've heard his voice 1,000 times. We've seen a lot of voice lines of him. And then the Chopper Pilot.
Company policy says you guys have at least a few hours to reach me, but I left a steak cooking back home.
This guy's actually, I believe, the original Chopper Pilot voice actor. Not from the first game, but from the original Extinction Chopper Pilot voice actor, which, that's awesome to see him coming back. Same thing with Trapper. Not the original Trapper, but the Extinction Trapper has also come back, and we get to hear him here.
This isn't happening!
Very cool. Just a little yell. And they also made the vending machines in survival mode their own little characters. So each of them have their own voices, which is really fun, and their own little personalities to kind of match the thing they are. So here, I'll just let you take a listen to these.
Hassle-free blood transfusion, universal compatibility. Get re-energized with speed greed! Remember Remember, front toward the enemy!
The Wealth of Health, just like deep voiced, very, just sounds like a doctor. And then for Speed Greed, obviously, juiced up. And then we get Tons of Gun, the more harder, kind of more yelling at you voice. My hopes is that we get more of these lines, like down the line, and we can have some for like having made a purchase or something like that. I think that would be really funny. Next, we have tutorial screens. So I'm not too sure what this is about. I don't think that they're actually going to add a full tutorial, but okay. So for each class, it seems like they're going to add a how to play area located on the main menu. It'll also show in the class select screen when choosing what to play as. So these will show up whenever you're actually hovering over and looking at these characters. You can see how to play them or what they do. So we have art here that depicts like, Cryo putting out mines or putting out mines. Melting away mines and nets, and then we have Pyro igniting the acid, and that acid then, igniting a raptor, which is really cool and very goofy art style. I like these. It brings a whole lot of life to Primal Carnage, all these different like arts and voices, and God, much needed personality. Because if you look at the PS4 version, God, it is so dead with any kind of fun like this, which is super cool. And then obviously, as we've seen in clips, the comparison shots, we see a little bit of the UI. There are going to be a lot more accessibility settings and a lot of options to tweak the HUD, and more improvements to come soon. So yeah, there we go. And then we see a bunch of the new merch you can get, and we'll show these on screen here. I don't know if this is all of it or just a small preview of some of them, but either way, here we go. And I really like the spitter stuff. That is super nice. I think I might actually get that poster. I'm not too sold on the shirts personally, or the mugs, because like, I don't know, it never really clashes well with the actual mug design itself. Just like a blank color and then just like a square PNG. It's like, this is cool. It's cool stuff. Like the acro with the Primal Carnage title at the bottom, that's nice. But I don't know, I'm just never really usually sold on that stuff. But the posters here, the posters are super nice. I have a poster right here of the Raptor stasis. Like it's in the test tube chained up, like Genesis style. Seems like Carnotaurus is gonna get some love soon too, with a little sneak peek of some art. Oh, and one more thing. We're also getting a contingency remake. I'll flash up some of these images on screen. They are public and in PCE general chat, just on the Discord server, and it is super cool. There are also some other screenshots I've seen of the map that I cannot reveal, and God, does this map look amazing. Contingency is going to get a huge step up. And with that, talking about the Discord, there's been a lot of discussion about when this thing will possibly release. I think the devs are hoping to wrap up the relaunch around the start of summer, or like going into the summer. Meaning at this point, it'll just be in Sony's hands to check it out and approve it and eventually release it. So I think it's very possible that we can actually start to suspect this update coming early this summer. And now I know we said that last summer, but we really didn't know what this update would look like last summer. There was a lot of assumption, but there was a lot that needed to be done. But Sony, again, is also not really good with communicating either. It took them a very long time to get back to them. So there have been a lot of delays and struggles. These devs have been working their asses off though, and it shows. It shows, trust me, it shows. It'll be absolutely worth it, and I believe it should be coming early this summer. Again, don't take my word on that though, please. There is no release date. I know nothing. I am a tester, and they don't tell us this is not like confidential information. We have no idea. I actually see people in the comments of my videos frequently asking testers to leak stuff, like a release date, but we don't know. So stop asking for leaks. But that is pretty much all I have to say here. I don't think there's anything new that I need to announce. I mean, this has been a huge video anyway, but I don't think there's anything new. I think that is just about it. So with that, thank you guys all very much for watching, and I suppose I'll see you in the next one, which I have a lot of videos actually planned to come out. If you like my stuff, subscribe, please do, because if you want to see more of me, I post other videos that aren't related to Primal Carnage news, if you didn't know, so check them out. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.